80 hours? What the? When did that happen? I guess it's because I did the side missions. And reading things out loud obviously makes things take way longer. I think the game's probably paced a lot better if you're like reading quickly and mashing the X button to get through all the pointless dialogue, but when you read that shit out loud, you tag a couple extra, more like a couple dozen hours onto your playthrough, which is fine with me. I ain't in a rush. Are you in a rush? I'm not in a rush. Alright, so I need to skip through all this.
Man, this fog just...
So to get the good ending, we have to like answer apparently very specific questions during the scene where you got, what's his name, like Nakajima or something like that? Can you remember his name? Where you got Nakajima cornered in the hotel room? But question, look at how much dialogue I'm gonna have to mash through. we really can't fuck it up, or else I'm gonna have to do this again. Why would they do this? Oh god, if I didn't answer something wrong there. I don't think it matters what I say here.
Yeah.
So even if they're...
Okay. Do we go straight to the hospital from here? Or does something else happen? Oh, maybe I didn't max out Teddy's social link because I answered the question wrong right here. I don't know. Maybe I didn't, I just don't remember.
What?
Oh, whoops. Damn. I wanted to give her the Jack Frost doll. Yeah, okay. You get the call here. I don't think any of these dialogues matter, so we can just smash through. It's just when we're up in the hospital room with the killer, the alleged killer. Yeah, one thing that bugged me about that bad ending last night was they said something like, I think when we were listening to the news report or something, they were like, the killer says he didn't kill the first 2 victims or something like that. Which I don't think they've said anything about that yet. As far as we know right now, we assume that that guy is responsible for all the kidnappings. The only death he isn't responsible for is the homeroom teacher, Mr. Moron or King Moron, whatever his name was. But last night, during that bad ending on the TV, they were like, he says he didn't kill them, the first 2 victims or something. So that changes everything. So now this guy is another potential like red herring, kind of like the boy was, because nobody else that got kidnapped after that point ended up actually dying. The only one that died is Nanako right now, but she comes back to life. As we saw, she comes back to life. So that means technically this guy didn't really kill anybody. Then that means there's another real killer. So it's like this game doesn't give you a single hint about who the true killer is until the very end of the 80 hours. That's crazy. Zero progress is made in the story for 80 hours. But anyway, we'll see how it plays out. We just gotta get through all this and get to the end, or the cutscene that actually matters. I still wish we could throw that guy out the window. That would be tight. Yeah, I wonder if Persona 5 is gonna do the same thing that 3 and 4 did, where they make one of the really likable and present characters ends up being like the big bad. If they do it again in 5, that's it's a little bit predictable at that point. So hopefully they switch it up in that game. You know, I can't be mad about spoilers for this game because it came out like 20 years ago or something like that. And even playing the fighting game, playing Persona 4 U, spoiled a lot of shit about this game. So I never really went into this fully blind, unfortunately. But I was watching this weird YouTube video today where this VTuber, this dude was he made a 20-minute video. I didn't watch the whole thing, about how the Persona community was toxic because they were spoiling things in his comments of his YouTube videos or something, or his Twitter. Yeah, no, it was on his Twitter. They were spoiling things in the comments on his Twitter, and I don't know. It was just weird. It was dude, the game is how many years old? 15 years old or something like that. you can't get that mad about spoilers on a 15-year-old game, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying like you should go out of your way, you know, if people are going out of their way to spoil things, like, yeah, that's kind of shitty, but there are so many memes of this game out there that spoil tons of it. If you've ever seen a Persona 4 meme, you've probably had part of the story already spoiled for you. Alright, here we go. This is where we gotta pay attention. I don't want to fuck this up because I'm gonna have to mash through all that stuff again, so I'm gonna legit pull up a guide. Hold up. Okay. Oh god, I just shorted out my camera. Derp. Okay, we're back. Okay. Oops. Alright, that question doesn't matter.
You have your life.
It's your fault!
I
12. Hey!
failed to. Not. How? And the.
Then.
To hell with the. This. Huh? Or do you want us to? Do whatever you... I don't care. But you...
My...
He wants us to...
What?
We can't let this...
Still...
No way I'm gonna walk out.
This must be a luxury suite. Most hospital... Why... Wait a second. Are you...
You just gonna turn...
That's...
Oh, dude, I want to get... Crap.
What's gotten into you guys?
There is a bad ending where I think you throw him in the TV, right? I would like to see that, but I'm gonna have to literally... How long did it take to do this?
Everyone, listen to me.
I'm gonna have to
We're gonna
sit
do
through
this.
14 more minutes of
You just hurt.
doing the same thing. I'm not trying to do
I
that.
can't let someone.
Maybe I'll YouTube it.
There's no.
Maybe I'll YouTube that later.
All we have to do is.
Just...
If any of you want no part in this. As for me, what do you want to do, leader?
Okay. Wait a second here.
We don't have time to. What are you trying to?
You're missing something?
Something.
I think I chose all three of these answers last night.
What didn't you?
Something's twice. I think I chose... I think last night I might have chose why he's scared instead of something's been bothering me. I think that's where I went wrong.
Well, what is it? I already told you there's no time to waste. Are you even getting at something here, or are you just stalling?
Could escape via the TV. Yeah, even if I got here this far, I probably would have chosen this one. So, but we want this one. We're missing something.
Missing? Like what exactly? Damn it, I've heard enough of this bullshit. Give me a straight answer. Are we doing this or not? That's all I give a damn about right now.
There's another thing called the accomplice ending. The Jester Arcana social link. I don't even think I have that one. Who even is that? Jester? Alright, calm the hell down. Yo, the leader. I had to get all alpha. Had to be the alpha.
He's right. Let's all calm down for a second.
I'm perfectly calm.
Hey, what did you mean by we're missing something?
What's there to miss with a sick bastard like him?
Hey, let's all take a deep breath. After what happened to Nanako-chan and seeing Dojima-san, we're not thinking straight right now.
Fine.
Dude, after getting the bad ending last night, and I didn't know there were other endings, I was like, yo, this game sucks.
You're right.
But
We should calm down and think rationally about this.
now that I know there's
realize
other
now that
endings,
we've heard almost nothing from
I'm pretty
Namatame's
relieved about that.
perspective. There's no denying that this man brought great harm to Nanako-chan. But other than that point, the rest comes from our assumptions based on watching the Midnight Channel a moment ago. I won't deny that we were blinded by the heat of the moment, trying to
Heat
impute
of
all
the
responsibility to him rashly.
But... yeah, the guy's not saying anything. Whatever reason he had, there's no doubt about the fact that he'd been throwing people inside the TV. It was him who put Senpai through that misery. How can we possibly understand someone who says killing people is the same as saving them?
Is he gonna say he didn't throw her in the
Failing
TV?
to understand and failing to listen are rather different things. Truthfully, not all the hitches that were nagging at me have been answered yet. We'll have to see what he can tell us about them. Though it appears he's in no condition to do so at the moment.
Why not?
True. Dealing with him right now might not solve all the things that are bothering us. Damn it. But you better remember this. I'll do everything I can to stop him from repeating what he's done. Anytime, anywhere, anything.
I don't think my answer here matters. Yep.
Jeez, how the hell can you stay so calm, man? Then again, that's why you're our leader. All right, let's go ahead and think this through as much as we need.
If we leave any unanswered questions behind, we'll just be lying to ourselves. Yeah, that ain't gonna cut it. All right, I'm convinced.
Thank you. I'll think as hard as I can and try to help.
We all know how you feel, Yosuke. Come on, we've accomplished this much together, haven't we?
Right. Together.
Together.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. And thanks.
Case has taken a sharp turn and the investigation team is now one step closer to truth. No we aren't. We didn't find out anything. Seems you still have to solve the mystery. Okay. Rest of game unlocked? Loki? Nice. Chain Daddy. It's me. new bond? What? What is happening? Seekers of True Social Link of the Judgment? Is this just replacing Fool? Weird.
Hey, you guys? What are you doing? You can't be in here. Oh, crap!
We were keeping an eye on the suspect. The police officers outside seem to have their hands full helping Dojima-san.
Look at her. Her
If
eyes are bugging out
Namatame
for
were
a
to
second.
escape, it would be a disaster for the police's reputation and their trust in you, Adachi-san.
Oh, I see. We'll tighten security from now on, and I'll arrange for him to be transported out as soon as possible. So, if you guys can keep quiet about being in here, I'd really appreciate it.
How is he, Doctor? He seemed to be extremely agitated a moment ago.
Look at him. He's still
He seems
tweaking out.
fine for now, but he really needs his rest. Outside, everyone. Doctor's orders.
Understood.
We should go too. Let's get back to Nanako-chan's room. So what's this thing we're missing, huh?
To tell the truth, there's something that's bothering me too. Why
I'm just
did he
gonna keep
start
this.
killing people in the first place?
Well, he said himself it was to save them, right? So he killed his lover in order to save her and kept going?
The police speculated the first murder was related to the affair, so they called in Namatame for questioning. But everything in his testimony and his bearing, no matter what they looked at, they found nothing suspicious. If he truly is twisted enough to believe that murder is a means of saving people, I think that would have shown through.
Maybe he faked it real well. Or maybe he started out with a normal motive and got a taste for killing after the first time.
No, if that were the case, his motive for killing that announcer would be even more inexplicable. Namatame and his wife were separated at the time. Both Misuzu Hiragi and himself testified that she had discarded him. Hiragi also knew about Yamano beforehand, and Namatame was shocked to hear of Yamano's death. Their relationship was known and was not strained to the point of murder. There's simply no motive in the affair angle. The police invested a great deal of effort into investigating this point. Therefore, we have no convincing motive for Namatame to kill Mayumi Yamano, although her name was written in Namatame's own diary.
His reason for killing her.
It's still possible that he was crazy to begin with and no one realized, right?
Why didn't she share this info with us sooner?
I don't really get any of this.
Ugh, this is so confusing.
Hey, we could hear you in there. This is a hospital. Maybe you should quiet down a little.
Oh, there you are, all of you. Please come with me immediately.
Huh? What's going on?
What are you waiting for? Hurry, go!
Dachi didn't like what we were saying right there. Oh, this is different.
Where am I? Is this Teddy's world? This doesn't quite feel like it, though. I remember being at the hospital. That's right. Nana-chan. I couldn't do anything. Why do I even exist? I couldn't keep my promise. I lost my reason to be there. That's it. I remember now. So, it was true. guys? Sensei, what should I do?
I was under the impression that Teddy did something to revive Nanako, but still not getting anything like that yet. Did she really just come back on her own?
There they
And
are.
Teddy just ran off.
Nanako-chan came around.
Okay. Is the scene gonna be the same?
Huh? What did you just say?
Nanako-chan!
But until I know why she collapsed in the still. Not.
Nanako...
Oh my... Miracles. Go.
You all should. I'll speak with Dojima-san. It's rather chilly outside.
I noticed he didn't...
I figured he wouldn't move.
Teddy.
Oh yeah, he has a cell with him. Wait, I shouldn't use mine. I'll try calling him up once we're outside.
They never follow up on that in the bad ending. They just completely forget about that from this point forward.
I couldn't save. Why? Mayumi. And that girl too. I couldn't save them.
Huh? What's the matter? Feeling guilty all of a sudden? Sheesh.
I can't reach him. Did that stupid bear forget to charge the battery?
We took a quick look around the hospital, but there's no sign of him. I wonder where he went.
Oh, it's snow.
Hey, you're right. Wow, it's been a while since I last saw real snow. It doesn't look that pretty, though, because of this fog.
I guess this makes it the first snow of the year. Ugh, it's freezing. Let's go home. Hey, Yosuke, if you find Teddy, don't forget to contact us, all right?
All right.
I know. Let's meet up at the special headquarters tomorrow. Man, that Ted. I hope he just went back home by himself. He's probably fine. But I'll hurry home just in case. Well, see you tomorrow.
Back to square one. Back in Namatame's room, was it really right to stop everyone from what they were about to do? For now, you have no way of knowing. ... You remember that your cell phone has been off this entire time since you were at the hospital. Something new in your inbox. Hey, it's Ko. I heard what happened to your little cousin. Is there anything I can do to help? Let me know. I know, you know I'm there for you, okay? We're best friends, dude, right? Daisuke here. Is everybody that I have a max social link about to text me? I just heard about Nanako-chan. How's she doing? If there's anything I can do to help you guys, please let me know ASAP. You got guts, man. You gotta be brave, man. Don't tell me that. Tell that to Nanako. It's Yumi. Where are you right now? You want to talk about your cousin? Please don't think twice about calling me. Dude, I haven't seen her since we rejected her. She straight up disappeared from the game until right now. That's cool though, everybody you maxed outside of the main group will text you here. But for me, that's only the soccer team and the drama club. Here we are, back in the game. We're still playing the video game. Okay, it's not over. There was like a split second last night where I really thought the game ended with Nanako dying and and Namatame like getting away. I was like, no way, this game's terrible. But then I was like, wait, there's a good ending? What? Never mind. Redeemed. Can I go outside? That whole sequence took 30 minutes, Jesus Christ. And we're not done. This.
Welcome. It's been quite some time.
Seems you've been summoned to the Velvet Room.
Do not be alarmed. You are fast asleep in the real world. I have summoned you within your dreams. Now then, your journey has taken you quite a distance thus far. Do you believe you'll be able to successfully solve this mystery?
Yeah, sure. I didn't come 80 hours for nothing, bro. We're gonna solve this shit. It's the last thing I do
Precise destination
on this stream.
Of this vehicle. That too is getting rather hard to judge. If we continue driving blindly, we may end up leading you further away from the mystery that you must reach. Well, why don't we take a moment to look back on your journey? It was for that purpose that I summoned you here tonight. Margaret?
Margaret? Voices you've heard many times before echo in your head.
Yeah, well, I quit pretending.
You gave me the opportunity to start walking.
We are experiencing the words engraved into your memory during your journey.
Alright, let's go ahead and think this through as much as we need.
If we leave any unanswered questions behind, we'll just be lying to ourselves.
I'll think as hard as I can and try to help.
Come on, we've accomplished this much together, haven't we?
Right. Together.
And it seems you have comrades with you as well. Those heading in the same direction through this dense fog.
The car has stopped moving.
We'll be parked for the moment while I confirm our current heading.
As I mentioned previously, this year will signal a great change in your life. Though there isn't much time left, it can be worth your while to take the time to stop and reflect.
People are like water flowing in a river. There is only one stream, but all who pass through it are affected differently. Some travel fast, some change their course, experiencing countless events as they travel down the river of time.
Just so. The state of this room reflects the scenery of your heart.
Dude, this skunk is
Perhaps
killing
this may
me.
be a time for contemplation.
Oh my god, such a headache. Hopefully it goes away in like another day or two. It's hard. It was hard to even like decide to stream just because it's been giving me a headache all day. Bing bong. Hear the doorbell ring. Someone seems to be at the door. Bing bong. Yosuke, what up?
Teddy's missing. I looked all over the neighborhood, but I couldn't find him anywhere.
That's not good.
Yeah, me too. He was acting all weird lately. Rise and the others are checking inside the TV to see if he's gone back to the other side. We're meeting pretty soon, so will you come with me to Junes?
Where could Teddy have gone? In any case, he decided to go look for him. Yeah, where'd you...
It's no use, man. We can't find him.
No luck for me either. I didn't sense anything over there. The fog's so dense it might be affecting my readings. I wish I could do better. I'm sorry.
Ted. Don't tell me he really went back to his world this time. We told him over and over that he could stay here.
Recall the mysterious dream you had last night. This may be a time for contemplation rather than action. That's what Igor said, but... let's think about this?
I guess that's all we can do right now. He plays dumb a lot, but he's attached to us deep down. He wouldn't disappear without saying anything, right?
I'm worried for Teddy myself, but let's trust in him and await his return. Right now we must concentrate on the case. It won't be long before Namatame is transferred to another location. We must hurry, or we will miss our only chance to get his perspective on this.
How are we gonna get to him?
You know, I've been thinking about the case since, but something just doesn't seem right.
Let's quickly review the facts. Of all the victims, only 2 were killed. Miss Yamano the announcer, and Saki-san. From the documents we found in the car, we know Namatame had some sort of dealings with them. After that, there were multiple attempted murders in which we were targeted. It was only when he took Nanako-chan that we caught him in the act, identifying his modus operandi in the process.
When I hear you put it like that, sounds like the dude's guilty.
As a result of Namatame's arrest, the police admitted that Mitsuo Kubo was a mere copycat killer.
Back up to yesterday. Remember when you said Namatame didn't have a motive to kill the announcer? That's what's bothering me.
Right. Either he's completely nuts, or we're misunderstanding something.
You lost me.
She's trying to say that if Namatame is sane, then there may be facts in the case we don't know about yet.
Sane or insane? Sounds like a play I saw before.
When he talks about saving people, what does that actually mean? I don't think there's any doubt that it includes kidnapping people and throwing them into the TV.
Could he mean saving them through death? He did call himself a savior, and said that the other side is a wonderful world.
So they'll be saved if they die? What a bunch of crap! The bastard should have gone and saved himself!
Oh, damn.
What do you think, Senpai?
Yo, chill, dude. You're gonna get me banned. Maybe it was him. There's something else.
If you think about it normally, it's gotta be him. But there ain't nothing normal about that world anyways.
There's something I've been wondering about for a while. When we first encountered him, he said, "You're the ones I saved. Don't worry, I'll save this girl too." So, if he saves people by killing them, did he save us too? Wouldn't he actually have failed to save us?
You raise a good point. If he thinks that salvation comes only through death, his words to us make no sense. And another thing, the Namatame who appeared on the Midnight Channel said he failed to save Nanako-chan.
Well, maybe he really was trying to save the victims by putting them inside the TV. Come on, don't get all quiet like that. You guys know I just say the first dumb thing that pops into my head.
The possibility that he truly intended to save us.
But he's still the one who threw in Saki-senpai in that announcer, right? Sure, we haven't nailed down his motives, but that doesn't change the fact that he killed them. Or what? You think someone else was involved? What makes you think so?
Possibility of a culprit besides Namatame. Could there be something that proves this possibility? Dun 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 dun. Everybody has to like take their turn, you know, and say like, give their input, but they're all saying the exact same thing. There's another game that's like that. Makes me think, oh man, what game is like that? There's a game that has a big ass cast, and in every cutscene, every person has to like chime in. You know what I mean? Everybody has to get their screen time. Every single person has to get their line in. You know what I mean? It's so like, it's obvious to me. It's like, I see what you're doing. Alright, Namatame's, there could be something that proves this possibility. Namatame's diary, the copycat murderer, the warning letter, Misuzu Hiragi's alibi. I don't know if any of this shit matters. I'm not trying to sit through 30 minutes of crap. Alright, what day is it? It's the 4th? Okay, I don't have, this says I don't have to do anything related to the good ending until the 5th. So I guess none of these matter. Alright, what about his diary?
But that points straight at Namatame. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Alibi?
Her alibi? Wasn't it airtight right from the beginning? How could she kidnap people and throw them into TVs if she's out of the country?
About the warning letter?
Warning letter? Oh yeah. Whatever happened to that thing?
If Namatame's the killer, he must have been the one who wrote it, right?
Right.
Let's review them.
You recall that the first letter said, "Don't rescue anymore," and the second one said, "If you don't stop this time, someone close will be put in and killed."
Yes, that's right.
Isn't that kinda odd? Would someone who thinks he's saving people by killing them write stuff like, don't rescue or kill?
Yeah, and the will be put in and killed part doesn't make sense either. If the killer was writing it, wouldn't it be more like, I'll put in and kill?
Hey, could this mean...
Namatame wrote it wrong. The letter wasn't for me. Namatame didn't write it. Dun dun dun.
Yeah. It's almost like someone else wrote this letter.
But only the killer would write such a letter and deliver it to Dojima-san's house, right? If someone else wrote it, that could only mean...
Dear God. Since this is such an unusual case, I was absolutely convinced that other than the Kubo incident, there was one culprit.
So, Namatame really was trying to save his victims?
Everything is exactly the opposite of what it first seemed. In Namatame's parlance, failing would have been the first two cases when the victims died. If he had used his method twice and failed both times, he would hardly have continued using the TV. And yet he did. It all seems to suggest that someone else wrote this warning letter while observing the entire case.
Someone else? Then, it wasn't Namatame that killed Saki-senpai in the announcer?
We can't say for certain yet. We urgently need to speak with Namatame face to face.
Yeah, this shit still makes no sense. Why would Namatame take over kidnapping people? That's the part that makes no sense right now. Why would the original killer stop, and why would Namatame start?
How though? After what happened yesterday, they said they're gonna tighten security.
I have a plan. But there's no time to waste. Let's hurry to the hospital.
This place is off limits.
I'm a consultant with the police. I'd like a few words with Namatame-san. May I go in?
This is Unit 252, requesting confirmation on an ID. Name of Naoto Shirogane. Huh? Ah. Understood. I see.
Wasn't she taken off the case?
Well, you're on the list.
She is on
I
the
can
list?
give you a few minutes, but I'll have to record your conversation with him for security purposes. Not that I expect you'll get anything coherent out of the guy. He's been spouting nothing but gibberish.
I'd like him to accompany me as well. He has no identification, but this is an emergency situation, and he's here in Detective Dojima's stead.
Huh? Detective Dojima sent him? I wasn't informed of this.
Uh-oh. Why do we drag
I'll
Dojima
vouch
into
for
this?
his identity.
Dojima's gonna get
Well,
pissed.
I guess it's better than dealing with the man himself. We have our hands full with the transport procedures, so the last thing we need is Detective Dojima running wild. Detective Adachi is busy somewhere too. This is Unit 252. Huh? I see.
Has something happened?
There's something about a suspicious object out in the lobby.
Ah, well then, this works out nicely. You should back up your colleagues downstairs. We'll keep watch over Namatame-san. A disturbance in a hospital lobby, after all. It sounds serious.
Sounds like a disturbance that we created.
If anything happens, hit the nurse call button. I'll leave the rest to you.
Understood. Please be careful.
This guy's leaving a 14-year-old detective in charge
I know
of
they were undermanned,
defending
but I didn't
a
expect it to go this smoothly.
a murderer, dude. That guy was a bad cop. And then these guys just show up.
Wow.
There's nothing much inside that suspicious object, so he won't be gone long.
All right, and now's our chance to talk to Namatame.
Why do all of us need to be here for this, though? It's just kind of like making it more conspicuous. Like, he was already gonna let me and Naoto talk to him. That would have been enough. I guess they're all his victims, though. He kidnapped most of the people here.
Namatame-san, there's something we'd like to ask you.
Actually, Yosuke and Chie and me never got kidnapped.
It's tempting to think that you were the culprit behind this entire case. And to be honest, there are many in this town who hope you are. But we are here to learn the truth. So please, answer our questions.
Huh?
What should you ask him? And it's still the fourth, wow. Who's the first person you threw in the TV?
Huh? Me?
You pointed right at her, damn. Did you kill the girls?
They were killed. I couldn't save them.
What is saving people?
No. If nobody saves them, they'll be killed. That's why I put them in there.
Then tell me if my estimation is correct so far. After discovering the Yamano and Konishi incidents, you realized an appearance on the Midnight Channel meant certain death. Thus, to save her from that fate, you kidnapped Yukiko Amagi. You couldn't let her be killed, so you threw her into the TV, preventing the killer in this world from reaching her. And you repeated the process, as more individuals appeared on the Midnight Channel. It all falls into place. His body is weak, but his mind is sound. He's trying to tell us the truth.
That is the most convoluted thing I've ever heard
What if
of.
the stuff he's saying is true?
There's another killer who murdered the first two victims?
Indulge us in a few more questions.
What should you ask him? Yeah, but how did he learn about the Midnight Channel? Now, what made him think that throwing people in the TV was the best way to save them from a murder? None of this shit makes sense. Why not tell the police you know who's gonna be murdered next? I don't know. It's so weird. What should you ask him? Alright, so who killed the first two then? If it wasn't you, who was it? Do you know?
I have no idea. I want to know that too.
Why the warning letters?
What are you talking about?
He doesn't know. Why did you enter the TV?
I didn't know. I never thought it would be that kind of place.
Huh?
As I thought.
You believe me? Did they find him? Did they find the one who did such cruel things? Mayumi.
Please calm down. Our ability to find the culprit rests on you. We know about the other world. In fact, we're the only ones who can fully understand what you have to say.
Only you?
I mean, he saw us there. He knows that we know.
We did blame you for everything at first. But now I think we can accept whatever you got to tell us as truth.
You got to tell us.
Please, tell us everything you can, calmly and slowly.
You're willing to listen? Do my story? All right. Soon after my affair with Mayumi became common knowledge, I returned to my parents' home, as if to run away from the scandal. And I started drinking heavily to drown my anxieties. I hadn't been able to reach Mayumi at all, and that didn't help either. Mayumi, where are you? She'd been disgraced on all the afternoon shows, and forced to resign from the program she was on. I caused her so much trouble. I wanted to at least apologize to her, but I couldn't even do that. I lost the will and energy to do anything. Then, one day, the rumor I heard some time ago came back to me. Since I had nothing better to do, I sat down blankly in front of the TV and watched my own reflection. And all of a sudden, there was Mayumi. Mayumi? Is that you? The Mayumi inside the TV looked as if she was calling to me for help. Mayumi? Mayumi! When I reached out unthinkingly to touch her, my arm disappeared into the TV, as if I had dipped it into a pool of water. I was so shocked that I lost my balance and nearly fell face first into the TV.
Imagine if the the TV like turned off and your arm just fucking like got chopped off.
I was so scared. I couldn't understand what just happened. I thought maybe I'd gone insane. In the end, I decided to think of it as just a dream, and I went back to the city the next day after finishing work. The next afternoon when I got to work, I was fired on the spot, as I expected. That wasn't what broke me, though.
What did you get fired
It was
for?
Mayumi.
Oh, for the
Being found dead.
The affair?
And not just that, but it had happened in my hometown. I was dumbstruck. But later on, I remember the image of Mayumi I'd seen that night. Was it not a dream? Could it really have been an SOS from Mayumi? I hadn't touched another TV because the first time was so terrifying, but I decided to try it again, and I confirmed that none of it was a dream. So that image, was it something Mayumi showed me, calling for help? That's how I felt.
And eventually, you learned of the Midnight Channel.
I remembered that when Mayumi was alive, she was chasing a rumor about some bizarre TV program. I'd heard about it before, but I thought it was just an urban legend.
How does everybody but
Mayumi
the cops
appeared
know
on
about
it.
the Midnight
Later
Channel?
turned up dead. The more I thought about it, the harder it became to believe that the two events were unrelated. Soon after that, I came back to Inaba to answer the police's questions. I'd lost my job, and I wanted to know the truth of Mayumi's death for myself. Then, on another rainy night, someone else appeared on the Midnight Channel. It was a girl. She looked like she was calling for help, just like Mayumi. The first thing that came into my mind was, maybe this girl will be the next to die.
And that was Saki-senpai.
I'd been following all the news about Mayumi, so I noticed right away that she was the girl who found Mayumi's body. And if my hunch was right, she'd be the next victim. I didn't want her to die the way Mayumi did, so I desperately kept watching. I was consumed with the idea of rescuing her. Then, little by little, her image on the screen came into sharper focus.
It became sharper?
How did you find out it was her?
After I came back, my father couldn't bear to see me in such low spirits, and gave me a job with the family business. I met that girl when I delivered a package to the liquor store. After agonizing over it, I decided to meet her, and told her to be careful.
Oh yeah, she was talking about she wished she didn't skip school and run into somebody or something. Right?
But that same night, on the TV, she looked as if she was being engulfed by some black shape. She was writhing in pain.
I thought you said peeing. Peeing and gulp.
That's why I warned her. Why won't she pick up the phone? Come on, please!
How do you get her number? Maybe he's calling the liquor store. So why does somebody appear on the TV before they get put into the TV? You would think they'd appear in the TV when they get put in the TV.
They found her dead. I knew she was going to be murdered, but I couldn't save her. I blamed myself, thinking there must have been something I could have done. There was no one who depended on me. Nobody at work, not even my wife. Mayumi was the only one who accepted me for who I was.
And
But
she was a hoe.
murdered, and the same person killed another girl. I was beside myself. I couldn't forgive myself for doing nothing.
You really did love Miss Yamano.
Yes, from the bottom of my heart. Before I was married, my wife made it big in show business. I was happy for her, but it put a strain on our relationship.
I think I can kind of relate.
It was around that time when I met Mayumi. She was interviewing our candidate for the next election. She was a big-name announcer, but she only worked with local stations, and her attitude towards work was similar to mine. We both came from Inaba, so she was easy to talk to. I knew it was wrong, but I couldn't help getting intimate with her. She gave meaning to my life.
I know how it is,
Soon
dog.
after Saki
They hit
San
it
was
big
found
and then
dead,
they forget you even
yet
exist.
another girl appeared on TV.
You're left in the
That
past.
was you.
Dun 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 dun. Oh, he's chasing a bigger fish, right?
She'll be kidnapped next. And murdered. I can't let her end up like Mayumi and that other girl. This time, I'm gonna do something. My opponent was a murderer who left no clues to his identity. I thought hard about what I could do to protect her from someone like that. I'll never convince her. If she gets suspicious and they arrest me, who'll save her then? The girl inside the TV looked as if she was smiling at me. And that's when it hit me. I apparently had the power to go through the TV screen to the other side. Then, what if I put her into the TV and give her shelter there before the killer gets her?
Bro.
What are you trying to tell me? That it's safe over there? Is that it? The girl inside the TV seemed to smile at me again. And I thought, no matter what kind of place it might be, it's better than being slaughtered.
But
Once things calm down, I could just let her out again.
that's how they're dying. They're dying from being put in the TV.
She's inside the TV.
This guy is so
There's
dumb.
no way they can find her. It felt as if everything was starting to come together in my mind. Could it be that Mayumi gave me that power to prevent any more victims from meeting her fate? Was it my mission to save people? But there was a big problem. If I explained the situation to the victim, they wouldn't understand. I had already tried that and failed miserably. It seemed the only thing I could do was to take them away. If that was my mission, I'd just have to do it. Or so I thought. Mayumi, please lend me your strength.
The only thing that makes this believable to me is that he said he was drinking a lot. So if he's like shit-faced drunk and he's like thinking this, then I totally believe it.
So, since you thought people who appeared on the Midnight Channel would be killed, you kidnapped us in order to save us.
Mission? Give me a break. You never stopped and wondered about any of this?
Yeah, did he even go in the TV himself to see what it was
I thought
like?
I was the only one who could help them. I did call the police, but they didn't believe me.
You have no idea what it's like in there, but you're throwing people in there to
Thanks
save
to
them?
my job.
I don't know,
I
bro.
had a large truck, and I could move around without suspicion. I thought my job as a delivery man would be the perfect cover for my mission. I thought no one else could do it. But are you telling me that I wasn't saving them?
Bro.
If a person is still within the TV world when the fog appears here, they will die. Beginning with Yukiko-san, the people you thought you had been saving were, in fact, in mortal peril. It was my friends here who really saved us all.
Yeah, dude, you were throwing people into a dungeon full of monsters.
I had a feeling that was
You
it.
dumbass.
When I went after that little girl and entered the TV myself, for the first time, I had some doubts about myself.
You refer to Nanako-chan, correct?
The police were after me, so I had to get away. But I still felt I needed to do everything I could to save that poor little girl. That's why I went in after her. But the TV world was completely different than I imagined. Such an abominable, grotesque place.
Yeah, maybe you should have
I
checked
knew that the three
first.
of you who I saved went back to your normal lives, so I didn't realize how terrible that world was. I never knew. You couldn't even get out of that place on your own. I thought I was going insane. I probably did.
A little bit.
You know the rest. When I came to, I was lying in a hospital bed.
You really were trying to save people.
Yeah, but you still deserve to die for what you
I
did.
ended up doing just the opposite. What a fool.
I don't care that
I
you're
always
like
wanted to
mistaken,
enter the
but
world of politics and become useful to society. But after losing my job and the woman I loved, all I had left was this power. I convinced myself that world was some sort of sanctuary, and I secretly believed myself
like
to
if
be
you
a
if
hero.
you have a pit and you're like throwing people in the pit and you've never looked inside the pit and it's full of like you know, knives and shit,
Doubted what I saw on TV
and spikes.
and believed everything was as I wanted.
You know, you
it to
didn't
be.
know you were killing the people, but you still were, so
myself
you
at
still
all.
deserve the
That's
same
why I couldn't
punishment.
protect them.
You deserve to go into the pit
The
too,
blame for all of this.
because you did that shit without checking. Yeah, it's still unforgivable. You're still a fucking clown.
Yes, I agree. I have no intentions of running away from my crimes. I'm prepared to face the consequences. Kidnapping is already a serious crime. And on top of that, I put all those lives in danger. I'm sorry.
The Midnight Channel and the other world? You can hardly be blamed for failing to understand them properly. We must apologize to you as well.
No, no.
Had we let our emotions blind us to the
No.
truth, we would have piled all the responsibility on you.
He still deserves
I guess
that.
from your point of view, people did stop dying once you started saving people. The more you did it, the more you really believed you were preventing their deaths.
I'm such a joke.
Yes, yes, you are a clown, and everything you do is a joke.
Sorry.
I agree.
I'm getting a little tired.
What are you all crammed in here for?
Yeah, we took way too long.
My apologies. We'll be leaving now.
Wait. I beg you, please, find whoever's behind this. You children are the only ones who know about that world.
He still hasn't given us any clues about the real killer, so 81 hours in now, and we still have gotten zero info on the real killer. That's our plan, buddy. We're on the case. Dun, dun, dun,
It's
dun.
all clear now. He never committed any murders. It was another party who threw the first two victims into the TV.
He did technically kill Nanako for 5 minutes, but okay.
Now get out of here! I told you, he's almost ready to be transported. We can't have anything else happen. Sheesh. I better not see you rascals here again.
Nanako-chan looks like she's in pain. She's fighting for dear life.
This was the last place we saw Teddy, right? He was so worried about her.
How can he flake out like this when we have to find the real killer?
Surprised they're letting us come in here.
The police consider the matter closed. We'll have to do all the investigation from here on out. Let's revisit Saki-san and Miss Yamano's incidents and see if we can turn up fresh details.
Hey, turn up. Let's
But it's
turn
been
up.
over 6 months. Wouldn't the trail be cold by now?
I know, but we can't give up. We're the only ones who understand what's really going on. And you never know.
You never know.
People might remember some things now because they've had so much time to think about it. Let's split up and talk to people all over town tomorrow. We'll meet up in the evening to discuss our findings.
I hope we can find out something about Teddy, too.
There's 2 Teddys? What? Teddy 2. Oh god, dude, I never even considered the possibility of 2 Teddys. Dun dun dun. Dude, Sunday, that one day took like, legit took like 45 minutes. Holy crap. Today's the day school was founded, so you have the day off from school. School founding day. You need to investigate the town. You wonder if you'll be able to gather the information you need to catch the killer. if we we find the killer after 1 day of investigating, after spending 9 months doing 0 investigation on the killer, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. It can't be. It's not possible. Oh, who the fuck? Who's this? Middle-aged woman. Can I help you? About those murders. The incident last spring. Did something happen? Oh, that's right. It was a pretty big deal, wasn't it? I almost completely forgot about that. Wow. Must be getting old, huh? You didn't tell me anything? It's not. Didn't all that happen last spring? Wow, it seems so long ago. Haha. Who's gonna remember something from that far back anyway? Apparently not you. Yeah, this foggy makes it feel like we're still inside the TV. I wonder if we can really find any new clues about the killer. No use whining about it now. Let's step up and search and get that info. Oh, what's wrong with this guy? The fog has got to be some kind of biological weapon. It's a conspiracy. You know who I heard it was? Junes. That's right, Junes. The country of Junes is staging an all-out attack on Inaba. That guy's no help. Information on what happened before we entered the TV world. You know, what about the first murder? I wonder why it happened. Let's ask around and gather as much information as we can. I'll see you later. I tried talking to this old guy earlier, but he didn't even see me. What's with the fog and all? Guy just ignored me and walked off. I know it wasn't personal, but it kind of hurt. Damn fog, hurry up and go away. Wonder if I need to talk to the item store people. Oh, where'd you come from? Hey, listen to this. Rosette came and spoke to me. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Asked her for her autograph and what type of guy she's into. Anyway, what do you want? I'm sure you can see how busy I am. I'm pretty sure she's like 15, bro. Maybe you should cool it. Maybe you should cool your jets a little bit. About those murders, didn't they capture the suspect and put a lid on that case? Are you done asking questions? Good, now go away. I'm very busy talking to Rosette right now. So I was too busy gooning to Rosette. Hey, what up, Jurassic? How you doing? I've been asking around about Teddy too, but I'm surprised how many people actually remember him. They're all like, oh yeah, that guy in the bear suit from Junes. But nobody's seen him yesterday or today. He loved so many different people. Where the heck could he have gone? Looking for some clues. Looking for some clues. It's hard to see because it's foggy. Looking for some clues. Even if someone's been killed, everyone just forgets it so easily. The rumor they hear from friends and TV get remembered for a long time. Why is that? It's been a while since the first 2 incidents. Do you think we'll find anyone who still remembers them? Doesn't seem like it at this case. This fog sure is creepy, isn't it? Oh, you've got a question for me? A little while ago, they said that a suspect had been caught. It was in the newspaper. It was that Namatame-san, right? I remember seeing him around from time to time. How horrible. It really does frighten me. I don't recall seeing any other strange people, so I'm sure he's the culprit. Is it true that there were no other suspicious individuals? Perhaps you should ask someone else about this. Okay, that's what I've been doing, game. Don't you love it when something tells you to do something you're already doing? The fog isn't clearing, even though the year's almost over. It's deplorable. It'll be so cold on New Year's that I'll never be happy. What do you want? About those murders. Well, there was another option. I can't remember something from that long ago. Recall anyone suspicious? There isn't anyone like that in this town. I even know you, and you're that kid who's staying at Dojima-kun's house. Why does this one guy get 2 different answers? Weird. Since all you hear from everyone is poison, poison, I've got kind of freaked out too. I wonder where I can buy a gas mask. I need to get one. Everyone else has one already. Can't ask her. It's me. Do you recognize me? Why am I outside? When I'm at home, I just see news about the murders. I thought I'd stay out here and watch the sunset. Of course, I'm gonna watch TV when I go home anyway. Even then, I can't see the sunset because of all this fog. I hate it. It's so depressing. Do you have a question? Oh, come on. Don't make me even more depressed. They said on the news that the suspect had been caught. So the whole thing's over now, right? What else is there? It's a small town. If there was anyone suspicious, there would be rumors going all over. But at least I haven't heard any news or rumors like that. So I'd say there's no such person. Nobody is any help. Alright, let's go to the river. Or the floodplain. Investigation so far is not turned up jack. It's you. Fog's pretty thick today. I go out on walks and I can hardly recognize my surroundings. Pretty sad, ain't it? But hey, thanks for stopping to talk to me. That's it? Okay. I'm investigating the Moida. Yo, the old man's gone. Probably can't fish either. My daughter was in an accident. On top of that, it was a hit and run. Nobody could tell what kind of car it was because of all the fog. Shayna horrible. Thankfully, she wasn't hurt too bad. But she was right, wasn't she? That fog is dangerous. I need to start letting everybody know. Fog isn't clearing up, is it? Isn't that just a little strange? My wife is all business as usual, but I'm a little worried. By the way, do you need anything? I'm sorry, all I remember is that something happened. I know it was pretty shocking, but what can I say? A lot of time has passed. We've had a lot of people come to our store, but I can't say anything was particularly suspicious. Nothing. Damn. Yep. Now that you mention it, the town was all abuzz last spring. You remember that, don't you? That's all I had to say. Have I seen a strange person? I don't know. Out in the country, if there was anybody strange walking around, everybody would know about it real quick. Yerp. Damn, no help from anybody? The incident last spring? I don't remember anything from that long ago. I'm going to be studying for college entrance exams next year, so I've got no room for useless information like that. It doesn't look like you'll find any more information on the incidents last spring. A suspicious person? Now that you mention it, my friend was saying she saw someone. I think she's just wandering around the shopping district. Why don't you ask her? We had to come here and ask this person, damn. First, we should retrace our steps. That would be the simplest way. Saki Konishi and Mayumi Yamano. There should be a commonality between the two. Surely there were some witnesses. Any scrap of data could be useful, no matter how small. Alright, so go to Junes and then the shopping district. Got it. Maybe I should save my game so I can... I think there's like another game over bad ending you can get here. And since I can save right here, we could probably trigger it and then just reload real quick. And keep going for the good ending. I don't know if it's worth watching though. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's this chick. Oh no, that's a middle-aged woman, right? Probably another schoolgirl. This chick? So someone told you I saw a suspicious person? It's her. Oh, that. You remember Saki Konishi, don't you? You know she passed away a while ago? She told me how that Namatame person came to her one day and started spouting all this craziness. Something about the TV? I wonder what that was all about. His relation to Saki? Hey, I don't know what you're implying, but you got it all wrong. Saki was a good girl, it's just that people misunderstood her. She must be referring to that one time when Namatame tried to warn Saki. Seems the thing about Namatame making advances on Saki was a misunderstanding. That's nothing new. We already knew all that. Shit. That didn't help at all. What the fuck? Alright, well, people now have the anybody suspicious dialogue, so let's go ask everybody that. Except for you interrupting me. Well, now. Have I seen any other weird people aside from Namatame? Nope. It doesn't look like you'll find any more information on a suspicious person. You have gathered as much information as you could. You should report back to the group. What? That's so random for it to trigger right there. Do you have to talk to every single person? So does that just happen to be the last person I asked? Chinese diner, ah yeah. Meet up with your friends after you finish gathering info. I thought Junes was our headquarters. Now it's the diner.
I'm seriously pooped.
She pooped.
This stuff's a lot harder when you don't have a badge to flash. I walked around all day and didn't hear anything good.
It's almost 3 already.
It was the same for me. There was absolutely no talk about the case whatsoever, let alone the true culprit.
Ditto for me. Actually, in my case, I kept getting bombarded with questions and couldn't get them onto the main subject at all. The killer must be pretty good to have pulled this off without being seen by anyone in this small town.
What should we do?
Well, one steak bowl, please.
Jay's like, fuck it, let's eat.
That's not what I meant. But then again, I guess we might as well take a break. I'll have a crab and egg fried rice.
I'll have roast pork ramen with extra noodles.
Dude, all the shit they're ordering right now sounds hella good. Man, I want some Chinese food. Might go get
Now that our
tomorrow.
tummies are full, let's share what we learned, even if it wasn't much.
Might make the pilgrimage to Amherst tomorrow. 3-hour driving for one bowl
So,
of
to
pho.
sum up,
Totally worth it.
there really was no new information.
Totally
And
worth.
The police had an unusually large number of officers in their initial investigation of the first 2 incidents. To find facts that even they overlooked would be difficult indeed, now that over half a year has passed. There wasn't a single report of suspicious persons being witnessed to begin with. Miss Yamano had ardent fans, whereas Saki-san didn't, but otherwise the conditions are the same.
Ardent.
You know, every time I tried to ask about the case, everyone ignored me and kept ranting about the damn fog.
Yeah, that or the Midnight Channel. I asked around about Teddy too, but no one's seen him. Gee, I wonder where he could have gone.
Do you have anything, Naoto? Any new, deductions?
Without any new data to work with, there isn't much I can do. But there must be someone in town who meets all the criteria for this case. The killer must have a connection to both Saki-san and Miss Yamano, as well as be in a position to observe our actions periodically to some extent. Finally, it must be someone who could approach Senpai's house without arousing suspicion. I need some fresh air before I give it more thought. I'll be outside.
So I had to go outside to get some fresh air. It's weird that I still don't understand how Namatame was kidnapping people. Naoto's account was that he like did anime teleport behind you magic. He was like, I opened the door and there was nobody there, and then next thing I knew I was knocked out.
It's snowing. No wonder it's chilly.
Ugh, it's freezing out here. Maybe this'll help clear my head and get my deductive muscles flexing. Hey, is it snowing? Too bad the fog's so thick. The snow just gets lost in it.
It really is turning into Silent Hill. There must be something that's been overlooked. It's urgent that you get over the roadblocks facing you. The clues you need must be already in your hands.
What's the matter?
You should go over everything you know one more time. The culprit had some sort of connection with both Mayumi Yamano and Saki Konishi, and judging by the warning letters, the culprit most likely knows about the other side and what you did there. It's highly likely that they also knew about Namatame was doing and stood back to watch. Who would know all these things? Another oddity about the case is that there was almost no witnesses. Both warning letters seem to have been delivered directly to your house, but no one saw anyone suspicious. No one unusual was seen around Mayumi, Yamano, or Saki Konishi, despite the police dispatching an unusually high number of officers to perform a thorough investigation. Someone in this small town who fits all the facts. The person who seems to be the most likely culprit is... it's Yosuke! He did it. I'm trying to think, when did we come on to the scene? Like, the first day we were there is when... So we've been here the whole time that the murders happened. Teddy. Could be Teddy. Nah, so, like I said earlier, I played the fighting game, so I know that it's Adachi. If you played the fighting game, you know Adachi's the real killer. Kanji, Rise, Naoto. We're just gonna rule out. I'm gonna see if there's anybody out here that might stick out for another reason. Dojima. Dun, da, 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 da. Could be Dojima. Nanuko. We can. I think I read in to get the good ending, you have 3 tries to get the right answer. So let's say Nanako. Would that be physically possible? Even assuming she can enter the TV, she would have to carry victims who are more than twice her size. It would be absurd to suspect her as the killer. If nothing else, she was an innocent victim who got caught up in the incident. For the sake of the suffering child and her father, you must find the true culprit behind this. You should rethink this answer. Okay. It's not Nanako. Dun 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 dun. Adachi, Namatame, Mayumi Yamano. She killed herself, and then after she was dead, she killed Saki Konishi. Kinshiro, yeah, it was King Moron. Oh, yeah. I guess that could make sense though, because he killed the 2 of them, and then, you know, what's his face was just doing it in his stead. But no, it was somebody who was observing us, so that rules him out because he was dead already. Mitsuo Kubo. Who is Mitsuo Kubo? I don't remember who that is. Suzu Hiragi. Are these like teachers? Who are these people? Recognize Kashiwagi, Noriko. Is it literally every person in the game you can choose? Good lord. It keeps going. Yo, I can say myself, it was me. I did it. If you assume that this person has the ability to enter the TV, it's possible that they could be the culprit. However, they have no connection to the victim, so no one witnessed them at the scene. There is no reason to suspect that they're the killer. You should carefully... Oh, okay. I guess it's not me. Alright, we got last chance. Oh wait, did I go by him already? Oops. I did. Oh no, wait, I'm not Shu, I'm Yun, never mind, okay. Alright, don't go past Adachi, there you go, okay, it's Adachi. Of course, if you look only at the circumstances, you can't completely rule out the possibility. Adachi may have been able to keep an eye on your actions. He would have been able to approach your house with ease, and he knows the area well. Thinking about it, you encountered him many times while investigating the case. You learned much about the police's movements from Adachi as well. There's no exact reason to doubt him, but something is bothering you. You spoke Adachi's name.
Huh? What about him?
Detective Adachi. A member of the police force. That is an interesting approach. It would certainly explain the lack of witness reports. It's the same reason no one ever reported seeing Namatame's truck.
This is a small town, so everyone must have known who he is. And since he's a detective, people definitely wouldn't have thought of him as being suspicious.
In fact, he could use his position to his advantage and hide critical information.
Huh. Well, if you think of it that way, I guess it's possible. But we're talking about Adachi here, right? I mean, really? Adachi? He's your textbook lousy detective. Are we really on the right track here?
Actually, regarding Detective Adachi, I'm not sure how to put it, but there's something that's been bothering me about him for some time now.
You didn't say anything?
Yeah?
Until now.
Perhaps it's just my imagination, so I shouldn't speak too...
Chew?
It's cold. I think we've cooled down enough here. Let's go back in.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna YouTube what the bad ending is. Right there, if you guess wrong 3 times, you get a bad ending. Just gonna YouTube that junk later.
Adachi-san? That can't be. I mean, he said he came to escort Ms. Yamano and...
What? Was he at your inn when the announcer was staying there?
When Ms. Yamano was staying at our inn, the media were swarming all over it. That's when Adachi-san arrived, saying he'd been assigned to guard her. He told our waitress that fame could be rough.
Guard her? He didn't spend the night there?
Huh. I wonder if he knew Ms. Yamano.
I don't know about that, but I heard he did call out to a girl in my class. I found out this afternoon. But I thought, you know, that's just how cops are. So I didn't think it had anything to do with the case.
Detective Adachi also questioned Saki-san, the one who found the announcer's body, on numerous occasions. I heard it was because there was so little information about the case at the time, but it's certainly unusual to question someone with as strong an alibi as hers multiple times.
Then you think he had something else on his mind?
And that something is what connects those 2 victims to Adachi-san? Come to think of it, we've been running into that guy a lot, in all sorts of places.
This makes...
And every time he'd tell us what the police were doing before saying, oops, I said too much, and clamming up.
Why would he tell us
Was that all
stuff?
to throw us off the trail?
It would be no problem for him to drop that warning letter into your mailbox either. Not to mention the fact that he can destroy any evidence that might point to him.
Various peculiarities have begun to cast a suspicious shadow over Adachi.
Then, is it really Adachi-san?
This just makes Dojima an even worse detective than I already thought he was, because now his partner is the killer, so he couldn't... He's a bad father, a shitty detective, and a bad partner. Now he's a bad partner in addition to all those other things, dude. Dojima just can't stop taking L's in this game. Oh, and he's a bad driver too, because he's in the hospital for crashing. Dude, Dojima taking L after L after L, dude. Can my man's Dojima get a W one time? Let's see. Is it really Adachi? It's him, alright. We need to confirm this. Maybe we're imagining this. It's definitely him, because I played the fighting game.
This is still only a tentative theory. We should work to confirm it as soon as possible. This is Naoto Shirogane. Something has occurred to me about the case, and I'd like to get Detective Adachi's input on it. Huh? The transport? It's right now? Right, I see. Thank you.
What was that about a transport?
Detective Adachi is headed to the hospital to prepare for Namatame's relocation. We must head there at once.
Things are moving quickly now. You can feel you're getting closer to the truth. Crank up. Is this Truth Seeker's Judgment Social Link gonna have like a really good ultimate persona for like the end game when it maxes out? can't believe there was this much cutscenes left for the end of the game. We've been doing nothing but cutscenes for an hour and a half. There he is. Damn, we found him quick.
Huh? What are you guys doing here? Hey, do you know where Dojima-san went? They told me he snuck out of his room again.
I assure you, we've made it clear to him several times that he needs to stay put, but he keeps going off on his own.
Did Adachi throw him in a TV?
Jeez, with Namatame finally relocated, I was looking forward to going home.
So, he's been relocated. I've been wondering, you seem to be in a terrible hurry to get him out of this hospital.
Huh? Oh, well, yeah. I mean, we can't leave him here with Dojima-san and Nanako-chan around. Didn't you guys think so too? Hey, what are you doing here anyway? Nanako-chan's room is in the other wing. Don't you think you should leave before Dojima-san finds you? If he catches you, he'll start pestering you again.
There he is.
Adachi, where's Namatame? There's been a lot of noise today for some reason.
Dojima-san, what are you doing here? Namatame's already been relocated. I was looking for you so I could tell you that.
You did what? Who authorized that? There's still more I need to ask him about.
Give me a break, Dojima-san.
Those first two murders have been bothering me. His motives are shaky and his alibi is rock solid. We closed a lot of loopholes on the basis of his testimony. But that part's still nagging at me.
Is this more of your detective's intuition? He's already been relocated. It's no use hassling me about it. And you kids should really get home too. You're gonna get in the way of police business.
Damn, he's finally cracking.
What's gotten into you today? It's odd to see you taking work so seriously.
Come on! I'm always giving 110% when it comes to the job. You should get back to work too, Dojima-san. Your current assignment? Get better as soon as possible.
What are you all doing here?
We came to confirm something with Adachi-san.
You should question Adachi. About when Yamano vanished, about Saki's interrogation. Hold on, I'm not trying to fuck up the good ending. Again. I don't want to sit through another hour and a half of cutscenes. Dun 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 dun. Accomplice ending. You can apparently there's a way to side with Adachi right around now, but you need to have the Jester Arcana at level 6, and I don't even think I found the Jester Arcana. Maybe that's a golden only. Alright, normal ending. Perform the same steps to choose the correct person, choose not to protect them. On March 20th. Alright, so we don't need to worry about this then. We're not, I don't think we're at the point where that matters. Alright. Yeah, I don't think this matters. I think we're good until March 20th. I don't think we have to make another decision until then. Okay. Okay, what about Yamano vanishing? What's the deal with that?
The time the announcer went missing? I can't say for sure offhand. It's not like I saw her or anything. That was months and months ago too. My memory's kinda hazy that far back.
Should question Adachi. Wow, we got nothing out of him.
Why wouldn't I question her? She discovered the announcer's body. But she didn't know much about it, so I only talked with her once or twice.
Hey, kitty.
Was that all you wanted to ask? Well, I hope it helped.
There's still something you need to question Adachi about. About the warning letter.
Warning letter?
The one that was delivered to his house. It's in police custody now, correct?
I don't really remember.
Hey, what do you mean you don't remember? I gave it to you to take down to the crime lab for processing. You're telling me you forgot?
Why'd you give it to Adachi?
I'm sorry. Your accident was right after that, and what with one thing and another, it sort of slipped my mind. Besides, that thing was just a prank, wasn't it?
How convenient.
Jeez, what are you asking me all this for? For crying out loud, what's this all supposed to be about? Dojima-san, you really need to get back to your bed. That's why your wounds aren't healing. And you all need to go home right now. Do you have any idea what time it is?
He's pissed.
I'm going back. I need to get to the station and report in.
Just one more thing, please. We know for certain now that the first 2 murders weren't Namatame's doing. Someone else killed them. Adachi-san, do you have any idea who that might be?
He's trying to get his reaction.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
'Cause we think it might have been you.
He looked up and to the left. NLP, neurolinguistic processing. That means he's
That's
lying.
ridiculous. We already know Namatame's the one who put them all in.
What did you just say?
We all know. Put him in? Put him in where?
Put them all in.
Put him in your
What's
butt?
this putting them in business?
No diddy? Pause.
Do you know something about the method behind their murders? Don't tell me that all that talk about TVs and whatnot from before was...
I see. Now I finally understand. To tell the truth, Adachi-san, I've been fixated on something you once said. Before I didn't know why, only that it sounded a wrong note to me. Do you recall when I read Namatame's diary? At the scene of Dojima-san's accident. At the time, I said, even the victims who survived and were never released to the public are written here. And in response, your words were, wow, then that settles it. How, I wonder, would that settle anything? At the time, the police had no idea that there had been other attempted murders related to the case.
What is she cooking right
They had
now?
no reason to say such a thing. After all, there are countless examples of people disappearing for a few days. Yet when I read the list of names, you raised no objection. Odd, that. What do you say to that, Detective Adachi?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, Kanji,
Wait, you
come on,
son of
man.
a bitch!
You telling me Kanji didn't stop his ass?
Adachi! Ah, damn it! Adachi!
You got one job, Kanji. Muscle. That's it. You're the muscle. He ran in here to jump in the TV.
What the? I swear he ran this way.
Damn it! Where the hell did he go?
Did you find him?
Oh, he made it. We gotta get you a
I
wheelchair, dude.
contacted security. Nobody's seen Adachi, and there's no record of anyone leaving this area. So he must be still in this ward somewhere.
He's still here? But we looked. We didn't find him anywhere.
That bastard.
Dojima-san? For heaven's sake, what are we going to do with you?
Sorry. I got carried away.
Do you even want to get better? If you keep this up, there could be lasting damages. Have you forgotten how much trouble it caused you last time?
You're right. Sorry. You've got to find Adachi. I need to square this away with him. Please.
He hasn't left this ward yet? I don't think he would. But could he have...
Yeah, I think so. If he's the killer, he can go through, right?
You mean he went in through here?
We searched every inch in the direction he ran off. There's nowhere to hide. I don't think we could have missed him.
He was cornered. It's highly probable that he escaped there. If he does indeed turn up on the other side, that should prove beyond a doubt that he is the true culprit.
Turn the TV on.
Damn. So I guess we were right. What do we do now?
Let's go in right now. Fuck it. I ain't doing anything. Let's go.
I think it's too dangerous to go in from here.
Aw.
We're not 100% positive he used this TV, and on top of that, we don't know where it might lead. Let's go in from Junes like always. It'll be fine. So long as we're ready for him, we'll crush that jerk in one strike.
You know, it's kind of weird that... Isn't it kind of weird that Junes is like the center of the TV world? Maybe Junes does factor into this somehow. Seems like the only place that we're willing to enter a TV is in Junes. Yeah, well, nothing has been solved. The game continues. Well, we know who the killer is. It's Adachi. There were 3 different killers: Adachi, Namatame, and that kid, whatever his name is. I'm just gonna save every time, just out of paranoia, in case I do something to screw up my game. I ain't trying to get soft locked or nothing. Back here again. Seems that you've come to the Velvet Room in your dreams again. But something is different this time. You don't see Igor or Margaret. I see something. Oh, Teddy. Teddy's here. Teddy's sitting here, not noticing your presence.
Where am I? Sensei? Why are you here?
I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I see. How mysterious. There are so many things I don't know about.
You don't
But I
say.
did realize something.
Yeah.
I've been thinking all this time about who I really am. But I couldn't find the answer. I was no one from the start.
Okay.
Humans live in the other world, and shadows live in this world. From the beginning, that's all there was to it. I was just a shadow in that world.
I don't know if I believe that. I think there's more to it. So you're telling me every single shadow we ran into could come into the human world and have a human form? I don't think so. Dun, 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 dun. Everybody's worried about you, bro. Plus we need your help.
So kind,
So please stop fucking around and get back with the squad.
I figured something out. That day at the hospital, I realized that I really can't do anything. As soon as I thought that, I lost consciousness. Then when I woke up, I was inside the fog.
So he just passed out.